Welcome back to the series of Law of Limitation. So, in the previous video, we have discussed Section 6, which is legal disability, and it is an important provision in the Law of Limitation Act 1963. In today's video, we will discuss about Section 7 and Section 8, and most importantly, Section 12, 13, and 14. So, we'll deal in this class about these sections. Stay tuned with me. So what is section 7? Section 7 talks about disability of one of several person. In case one of several person is disabled, but still without that disability, if other person is able to apply for an appeal or application, in that case, the reckoning period will run against all of that person, and that disability of that person will not bar the reckoning period to start. In that case, the reckoning period will start. And in the other case, if the person is disabled, means none of the person are like able to file an application and appeal, and all are disabled. In that case, reckoning period will not start until one of such several person is able to file an application, means their disability ceases. So mandatorily one of such several person has to be able to file an application appeal, so reckoning period will start against all of that person. That is the main gist of section 7. Section 8 talks about the special exception. In that case, section 6 and 7 will not apply, in which case, in the case of right of preemption. Right of preemption, we know the neighborhood rule. So in that case, section 6 and 7 will not apply. Specifically, it states about right of preemption. This is section 8. And now we will talk about the most important thing, that is section 12, 13, and 14, which is exclusions. In the previous video, I have already told you what is the exclusions. Exclusion means the prescribed period will increase. The days will extend. And in exceptions cases, days will not extend, but the time period is lapsed. Still, after that, you can go and approach the court for a remedy. So in exclusion cases, section 12 talks about first day is excluded, that is the reckoning period will start from the other day. Second thing, reckoning period is done. Now the second thing is that, which is the most important thing, which we will see in the limitation, that when the court's decree has not been given, that time period is also excluded. The time you have went for appeal and the order of the judgment has not came, so that order of the judgment when it comes, so that time period is also excluded and will be added in your prescribed period, so as to save your time, because the time period taken by the court is for the court thing. So why you will suffer for that? So the court will exclude that time period and you will get the further time period. Section 12 talks about basic things of exclusion. Section 13 is very important when the application for pauper has been made and the application is rejected. In that case, what will happen? I have already talked about the pauper in the earlier video. In that case, when the application has been rejected, the time period from which the application has been made till the time period it is rejected, that time period will be excluded and will be added further in the prescribed period. So that is the main gist of section 13. Now if you'll give it a read, you will get and you will understand that thing very easily. Section 14 talks about in the case of good faith, you have applied and you have approached the court, but the court lacks jurisdiction. In that case, what will happen? If the court you have approached and the court and the defendant has raised the objection of jurisdiction, in that case, the time period from which the you have made the appeal and application and the defendant has objected, that time period will be excluded if the case is between the same parties, subject matter is same, and specifically in good faith, you don't know that in good faith you approach the court and you know that it has a jurisdiction, but it lacks the jurisdiction. In that case, the court will exclude that time period and will add your period in the prescribed period. That is the main gist of section 14. So I am trying to explain you the gist of all section, but the main duty is on you to read all the sections properly and understand. Thank you so much.